Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and also feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Okay, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals for March 19th has come and gone. I just watched it. Great show. Let's get into it. This is the Shooting Up North, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals, March 20th or March 19th. It was March 20th in Japan, March 19th in Canada, but it's officially listed as March 20th. So March 20th review for New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals. So let's get into it. Match one was the Stray Dog Army, Bateman, Barrett Brown, and Misterioso taking on the team of Fred Yehi, Keita, and the DKC. This was a great opening match with terrific action by all involved. Fred Yehi is such an incredible talent, such an incredible talent. He's just so damn good. He actually won the match for his team with a fisherman suplex on Barrett Brown to get the victory for his team. But lots of great action all around throughout this match. Misterioso is he has a big man physique. He actually comes out as Big Poppy Pump. He wears the metal headdress that Scott Steiner used to wear. So he comes out. He was being called Big Poppy Pump, which was pretty cool. But he's a big man. Mysterio is a big man, but he can move around like a lightweight, and he does the flips and everything. He's another great talent for the Stray Dog Army. It's the first time I've ever seen Keita. It's Keita or Keita. I apologize if I got it wrong, but it's the first time I've seen him, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I would like to see a one-on-one match with him against somebody, but he definitely has potential. Definitely has potential to be to make something of himself in the world of professional wrestling, as does the DKC. Also, great potential. The last 3 minutes of this match was just a whirlwind of absolute fantastic action. Um, great stuff. As I mentioned, Fred Yehi wins the match for his team by hitting a fisherman's suplex on Barrett Brown to get the 1, 2, 3. But again, this was a great way to open up the show. And after the match, Bateman and Yehi have a few words. Probably setting up a one-on-one match between Fred Yehi and Bateman, which would be a great one. Bateman also a great talent. This was just, like I said, this was just a great way to open the show. Tremendous action, I should say, from a lot of terrific talent in this match, and a lot of potentially terrific talent as well. So once again, Fred Yehi, Keita, and the DKC get a victory over Bateman, Barrett Brown, and Misterioso, the Stray Dog Army. The next match, match two, was one that I was really looking forward to. Really looking forward to Blake Christian versus Impact Wrestling's and Bullet Club's Chris Bay. The crowd was pumped for this one. They before the match started, the crowd was just, you could feel the electricity in the crowd coming through the computer screen. I was watching on New Japan Pro Wrestling World, but yeah, they were pumped for this one. So the match actually started. Chris Bay gets a side headlock on Christian. Christian hits a handspring spiral kick, which was a cool move. Some of the other action that took place. Chris Bay hits a shotgun drop kick. Chris Bay hits a shotgun drop kick onto Blake Christian into the barricade on the outside. Bay hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker for a 2 count. Christian comes back. He hits a 619 and a flying knee to the face. But Bay actually comes back, and Christian is draped over the middle rope. Bay goes on the second rope in the corner and hits his beautiful elbow drop right onto the back of Christian. Christian eventually comes back. He hits a Spanish fly and a springboard 450, which was just beautiful. Just beautiful. beautiful springboard 450 for a 2 count. Down the stretch, this was terrific. There was a lot of near falls, a lot of times where I thought the match was going to end, but the ending did come. Christian attempted to do a moonsault onto Bay, but Bay turned it into the art of finesse, which was just fantastic. Ian Riccaboni was fooled there for a second because he thought Christian hit the moonsault. He didn't realize that Chris Bay caught him and hit the art of finesse cutter when Christian was coming off for the moonsault. But he hits the art of finesse cutter on Christian and gets the 3 count. This was a tremendous match. This was a tremendous match between two top young stars of professional wrestling. Just tremendous. I mean, the crowd really appreciated the work these two put in for this match. But I'm sorry, folks. I had a little technical difficulty there. I forgot to turn on the power supply here. The battery ran out on the computer, so I apologize for that. But we were talking about Chris Bay and Blake Christian. Like I said, this was, as I said in previously before the battery ran out on the computer. This tremendous match. The crowd appreciated both of these young stars and what they delivered in the ring. So much great action from start to finish. Big spots from each competitor. Fast pace from the start. Like I said, the crowd was absolutely buzzing throughout the match. The near falls were terrific. I thought this match was over a number of times, as I mentioned earlier. These two really kept me invested in the match from start to finish. A lot was expected from these two, and they delivered big time. Great match all around. I love down the stretch there was a sense of urgency. Both guys trying to win the match. And the winner was never clear. You're thinking it was you're watching the match and like, who's going to win this match? There was never a clear. You never had a clear indication of who was going to win the match. It could have gone either way. Hence the sense of urgency down the stretch from both. But again, great match overall. Absolutely loved it. This is definitely, in my opinion, this is a must-see match. This was just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Then we have a cleaning and disinfection pause, which was weird because this is a tape show. It's not a live show. So why do they have to have a little a pause and put up a cleaning and disinfection graphic? It's a tape show. I mean, just if there's cleaning and disinfection, just clean and disinfect and just edit that stuff out. But they paused the show a bit. They paused the tape show for a little bit due to cleaning and disinfection. So, okay. So then we had the main event. The main event was another one that I was just waiting for. I couldn't wait to see this one. Buddy Matthews 1-on-1 against Ren Narita. I was expecting a lot here. And I'll let you know in a few moments after I run down some of the moves that took place in the match, whether it lived up to my expectation. So to start the match, there was an exchange of holds to start. They were having a little feeling out process, but the things started getting a little heated. There was one time Buddy Matthews is showing a lack of respect for Ren Narita by sitting down in the middle of the ring and folding his arms or putting him up against the ropes and just tapping him on the shoulders. There was a little lack of respect there from Buddy Matthews to Ren Narita. But things started getting heated between the two after the feeling out process. There was at one point, Ren Narita's on the outside. He hits a big kick on Matthews. And he tries to come in with a flying headbutt to the stomach. But Buddy Matthews catches him with a DDT, which was a nice move. Buddy Matthews controlled the action after that. Matthews kicks. There was at one point where Matthews he kicks Narita to the back, and then Narita's just sitting there and looks at him and goes, "Come on, kick me again." So Buddy Matthews kicked him a few times to the back, which Ren Narita no-sold, and Ren Narita actually started laughing at the kicks, which was a good little spot there. Ren Narita actually comes up and he hits some really hard slaps and forearms to Matthews. Narita hits a suplex, then bridges up, tries to get a pin on Matthews, but only gets 2 count. We get an exchange of forearms, a rapid fire exchange of forearms from both competitors. Ren Narita hits some rapid fire chest kicks. Then he hits a suplex for another 2 count. Ren Narita locks on a figure 4. Buddy Matthews looks like he's going to tap out, but he gets the rope to break the hold. Then Matthews comes back with a sick knee to the head. A sick knee to the head of Ren Narita. Ren Narita looked like he was knocked out cold. Matthews comes back and he hits. I'm sorry, he doesn't come out with Matthew after the sick knee to Narita's head. After a few more moves, Matthews hits two big power bombs to Ren Narita. Then he hits a curb stop, and I thought the match was over. Covers him, but Ren Narita kicked out at the last moment, which was just fantastic. Just fantastic. The crowd was on fire at this point. The crowd was just absolutely on fire at this point. But then, but Narita was kind of out of it after that, and the finish came where Buddy Matthews hits the Murphy's Law for the win, gets the 1-2-3 over Ren Narita. But what an incredible main event! This was just incredible. This match was just fantastic. Absolutely incredible match. Despite losing, Ren Narita is going to be an absolute star. Absolute star. I've sung my praises on Ren Narita many times, but he is just going to be an absolute huge star when he goes back to New Japan Pro Wrestling when his excursion is over. He took Buddy Matthews to the limit here. Every Ren Narita match that I see is better than his last. Buddy Matthews was great here as well, as he started out with showing, as I said, a little respect to Ren Narita, but when the match ended, you could tell he had a huge amount of respect for Ren Narita. The back and forth here between both competitors was just fantastic, just tremendous. Ren Narita kicking out after that curb stop was just thrilling. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, he kicked out. But a well-performed match by both Ren Narita and Buddy Matthews. So an incredible, again, must-see main event to close out the show. But it's a shame we're not going to see Buddy Matthews. Well, we might be able to. We might see Buddy Matthews. We know he's signed with AEW, but so is John Moxley. So I guess we could technically see Buddy Matthews back in New Japan Pro Wrestling. The crowd loved it. The crowd loved seeing Buddy Matthews. They loved this match in general. As I said, they were buzzing throughout the match. But man, when Ren Narita goes back to Japan, he's going to be an absolute megastar. Absolute megastar. So overall, this whole show was fantastic. Loved every match, start to finish. When I say start to finish, open to close of the show, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals was just terrific. Just terrific. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong keeps delivering on a weekly basis. And if you're not watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, man, you got to start watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. The only way you can watch it right now, I think you could watch it on Fight TV, but I think it would cost you. I think it costs there's a subscription that you have to pay on Fight TV, but you could also join New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong's New Japan Pro Wrestling World streaming service, and you can watch it on there as well. It's like $10 a month. Nice little plug there for New Japan Pro Wrestling World. But it's a great service, a great streaming service, especially if you're a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan. But if you're not watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, man, like I said, you've got to start watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. They delivered once again with a terrific show here. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals for March 20th. Again, delivered in a big way. Okay, so that's it for me. That was Shooting Up North's review and recap for New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Rivals for March 20th. I'll be back next week. I think I'm going to make this a weekly review. Why not? So I'll be back next week with another review of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. And of course, I'm watching the news all day today. Anything breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.